In 10 seasons of Gatorade Cup Series competition, there have been many crazy moments, many controversial moments, moments of all different shapes and sizes. Well, today we will come together and get the top 10 best Gatorade Cup Series moments in the first 10 seasons of competition. The Season 3 Gatorade Cup Series chase was one for the record books. Perhaps the biggest race of the chase was the penultimate race at Atlanta. Leaving Phoenix, 11 chasers were separated by 11 points. However, the peace and harmony among these chasers would soon be disrupted. Chaser Grayson Acevedo was involved in an early crash, knocking him out of championship contention. However, on lap 30, 34th place Acevedo ignited a massive crash by putting leader Joe Sandroge into the outside wall.
He put him in the wall! Acevedo wrecked Sandroge into Aiden Shepard!
The crash took out many chasers while Acevedo limped away to finish 13th, keeping him only 9 points from the points lead. 11 drivers enter Homestead with a shot at the championship. With 4 races to go in Season 1, Kevin Bandon trailed points leader Gabriel Wanderley by 7 points. After the 88 won the penultimate race of the season at Atlanta, he opened the points lead to 7 over the 14. After narrowly missing the spinning Hayden Caldwell, Bandon went on to finish second, clinching the first ever Gatorade Cup Series championship by 16 points over Grayson Acevedo. Bandon accumulated 3 wins, 11 top 5s, and 15 top 10s en route to the championship. By winning the championship by 16 points, he set a Gatorade Cup Series record. TJ Hanley had raced in 141 Gatorade Cup Series races. He was 0-141. Many races of heartbreak, but none of triumph. A chase race at Michigan changed just that. Starting from the back, Hanley played the field strategy right and made it to the checkered flag first.
TJ Hanley has been around for 4 seasons in the Gatorade Cup Series. The drought is finally over as he comes off of turn number 4. TJ Hanley's a winner in the Gatorade Cup Series. Hanley, his first career victory at Michigan.
The win was the first of Hanley's 8 Gatorade Cup Series victories. His record was now 1 in 142. Season 2 of the Gatorade Cup Series was the start of the Jeff Bright era. After eking out a Target Series championship over Joe Sandrovich the day prior, Bright was also in contention for the Gatorade Cup Series title. He would pick up the title finishing P3 as son Eli won the race. It was Jeff's second of 3 championships and began his run as the winningest Jovra NR League driver in history. In Season 6 of the Gatorade Cup Series, 6 drivers had a shot at the championship. Levi Shones, Griffin Lynn, Cole Luigi, Justin Heath, Kyle Perry, and Jonathan Rains entered within 9 points of each other. The fight came down to Shones, Lynn, and Luigi. Lynn entered 2 points behind, Luigi 4. A scrape with the wall for Shones on lap 22 shuffled the 14 back.
Championship. He needs to finish within 1 chase position. He's in the wall. Shones is in the wall. He's fading back. The 42 is trying to get by. The 5 and the 39 are also there. As Lynn looks for the race lead in the 36.
Lynn would similarly hit the wall on lap 26, putting the 36 back with the 14.
Now as they come off the corner, into the wall hard. That's a lot harder than we saw the 14 in the wall. There's some damage to that 36. Now he's fading back. But here comes the 14. Shones a power move into turn 1. Trying to get around that 36. He knows just has to stay with him, but if he can get around him, that's some more points in case Cole Luigi finishes the highest of the chasers here today.
Lynn came out on top in the duel, with Shones and Luigi each 1 point back for the championship.
And the championship is Griffin Lynn's.
It was JJ versus JJ. JJ Reed versus Jay Jefferson, that is. The latter was looking for a win at his home track. A caution in lap 23 bunched the field together for a 3-lap shootout. Spurlitube led the race. Reed was second, Jefferson 6th. Reed got by Spurlitube in the white flag lap, bringing the Texan with him. Jefferson dove to the bottom of 3 and 4. It was a drag race.
Here comes the 78. Hard the gas. Who wins the drag race at the start-finish line? Reed, Jefferson back around. The winner is Jefferson. He did do it. The 78 has won at the Texas Motor Speedway by inches over JJ Reed. The margin of victory, a dead tie. The closest margin of victory in the Gatorade Cup Series.
Back to the start-finish line in a margin of victory of 0.000, the closest in Gatorade Cup Series history, Jay Jefferson picked up a home win at the Texas Motor Speedway. Code Luigi was dominant in Season 5. The driver of the 42 scored 3 victories early in the season and kept the speed during the chase. However, Season 1 champion Kevin Bandon wasn't going to let the Gatorade Cup Series sophomore get away. Bandon scored 4 victories on the season, including a crucial chase victory at Pensacola. A hard flip for Luigi in race 35 left him 3 points behind Bandon with 3 races remaining. A pair of top 10s allowed Luigi to regain the points lead heading into the finale. However, his points lead was only by 2. However, the championship fight ended when Bandon obtained a penalty for jumping the restart, putting the 18 one lap down.
Second, Code Luigi. Bandon's come down pit road! The 18 peels off with an issue!
Luigi finished a close second in the finale, giving him 12 points, putting his total to 107, the most in chase history. Luigi also accrued 500 more points than his next competitor, Jeff Bright. Let's take a look at the honorable mentions that just missed being on the list of the 10 greatest Gatorade Cup Series moments.
Down the backstretch, off into turn number 3. The long-awaited moment for Eli Bright and the 88 team will come in the Season 7 Lennox 301. Eli Bright is the Gatorade Cup Series winner again. He wins at New Hampshire over Max Anderson. It's been over 3 seasons, and it's over. The wait is over. The Season 3 Home Depot 400 at Las Vegas, the 3rd race of the season. And now here at New Hampshire, the 20th race, the Lennox 301, will be Eli Bright's. Anthony Fox has damage in the rear end! And the 10th seed wins the 10th Gatorade Cup Series championship. Anthony Fox, from the 10th seed, barely making the chase. He is the champion in the Gatorade Cup Series. Oh, around goes the 99. He's going to go hard to the inside wall. And this is a hard collision. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever seen a harder crash than what I just saw right there with the 99 car. And he impacts the wall at 226 miles an hour. Look at the front end of that car as it hits.
The Season 7 Gatorade Cup Series championship battle was a unique one. The 2 drivers it came down to, the dominator of the season, and the driver who made the chase by the skin of his teeth. Hanley was the dominator, having won 3 races in the first 26 of the season. Friesen was the 10th seed in the chase, making it with a Hail Mary run at Richmond. However, Friesen showed he belonged. In the first 11 chase races, the driver of the 38 led the points after 10 of those races. Friesen entered Homestead, the final race of the season, with a 7-point gap. The most Hanley could possibly gain in one race was 11 points. Everything needed to work perfectly, and it did. The driver of the 23 ran inside the top 10 for much of the race. Meanwhile, Friesen faltered with a 39th place starting position. Hanley cruised to a 7th place finish, netting him the most points possible, 12.
And 7 seasons for TJ Hanley will result in a championship. Hanley has won the Season 7 Gatorade Cup Series championship over Carter Friesen.
Meanwhile, Friesen sputtered to a 32nd place finish, only getting him 3 chase points. Hanley gained 9 points over Friesen, winning the Gatorade Cup Series Season 7 championship by 2 points over Friesen in what would be one of the biggest championship comebacks ever. It was Hanley's 7th season as the Gatorade Cup Series, and in his 266th race, he acquired that very elusive Gatorade Cup Series championship trophy. Schoen's Season 9 may go down as one of the most feel-good stories in the Gatorade Cup Series. The veteran captured victory 4 times in Season 6, but not once the next 2 seasons. Schoen's was quick to break the drought in Season 9. Schoen's, a native of California, found victory to break the spell in Race 2, the Auto Club 400 in Fontana, California. Not only was the pass for the win spectacular, the driver of the 92 tied Dan Bandon for the most Gatorade Cup Series wins with 10.
Restart 6! Now he comes off turn 4. Can he beat Jake Gowen, the drag race at the start-finish line? For his 10th Gatorade Cup Series victory, who will it be? Levi Schoen's does it! His 10th Gatorade Cup Series victory comes at his home track! tied for the most wins in Gatorade Cup Series history. Jones restarted 6th, and he wins the Auto Club 400. And he's tied with Dan Bannon for the most Gatorade Cup Series wins in history.
He did this in front of the hometown crowd. In race 25, the Brickyard 400, Jones broke a record. He scored the victory by 8 thousandths of a second over fellow veteran Jonathan Buford, Jones' first Crown Jewel win and his 11th Gatorade Cup Series win, making him the single owner of the title of winningest Gatorade Cup Series driver.
Jones met as well as Jonathan Buford, who gets the trophy and wins. Buford to the inside, the 12 still blocks the 9-2. Who wins it back to the checker flag? Jonathan Buford trying to steal down the inside. Here they come to the start-finish line. Jones and Buford deadlocked. Who got it? Who won the Brickyard 400? Give it to Levi Jones. 11th Gatorade Cup Series win. Is now the winningest driver in Gatorade Cup Series history. Levi Jones wins in a photo finish over Jonathan Buford.
To add on to what was already a successful season, Levi Jones became the 9th driver to hoist the championship trophy, making him one of the best Gatorade Cup Series drivers. Jones dominated the Season 9 chase, scoring 105 points, tied for the second most in history, and winning by a whopping 13 points, the second biggest margin of victory, only trailing Kevin Bandon, winning by 16 points in Season 1. Jones claimed the most poles, top 5s, and top 10s, and led in the most races, making his Season 9 one of the most dominant in the Gatorade Cup Series.
Kevin Bandon, Jeff Bright, Benoit Irvine, Michael Gregory, Cole Luigi, Griffin Lynn, TJ Hanley, and Max Anderson. Who will join them? None other than Levi Jones. The Gatorade Cup Series veteran turned 20 years old earlier this week. Jones wins the Season 9 Gatorade Cup Series Championship with an 8th place finish here tonight.
Much like the Season 6 championship battle, the Season 8 battle came down to 6 drivers. Leaving race 37 at Atlanta, Trip McGinnis, Max Anderson, Steven Taylor, Cole Luigi, Jacob Davidson, and Patrick Smith were all within 6 points of each other. An early wreck involving Smith eliminated any chance of a championship for the 14. This left 5 drivers to fight for the title. Cole Luigi charged forward early in the race. However, he found trouble with fellow title contender Steven Taylor. As the 42 and 20 fought on lap 10, the 42 split to the inside of the 20, shoving Taylor high and into the wall. The 12 of Rivera couldn't check up, running into the back of the 20, giving Taylor slight rear damage.
He does have some damage. Steven Taylor's torn up.
This dropped the 20 to the back of the pack with the 98, 99, and 19. The championship fight took another twist on lap 22. The pack caught the damaged car of Ryan Taylor and jostled to get around. This caused contact, sending cars spinning every direction. The 19 Trip McGinnis came as the points leader, spun into the inside wall while the 98 Max Anderson spun to the outside.
No, they're gonna wreck! Around they go, into the wall hard! It's Max Anderson! Trip McGinnis and the 19 involved! Davidson gets away, but now the 19 is in the inside wall! The 98 was collected!
This left the top 3 in the championship coming in damaged and at the back of the pack. The 2 drivers tied for 4th in points. Luigi and Davidson had avoided contact and had clean cars. Luigi was 7th, Davidson 24th for the final restart. The championship looked like a lock for Luigi with his 4 championship contenders outside the top 20 and 3 of them with slight damage. Unfortunately for the 42, he found himself outside of 4 right on lap 28.
And into the wall for the 42! Dropping back is Cole Luigi!
Impacting the wall of turn 4, dropping him spots for the pack. Numerous chasers passed him, causing him to lose points. Luigi could never regain the lost ground. Meanwhile, a 4-car battle for 27th proved to be the deciding point in the championship. McGinnis, Anderson, and Taylor were all in the pack, along with Chaser Salata. This made a shift of 3 points possible, enough to get any of the top 3 of the championship.
The battle! Behind the battle! Max Anderson inside Steven Taylor to turn 1. This is with 10 to go, and the championship on the line. These 3 right now have a shot at the championship.
On the last lap, the 19 had to pit for fuel as the 98 led the 77 and the 20 to the finish line.
The 19 was on pit road! McGinnis had to come down pit road! Where's the 98 and the 20? Max Anderson ahead of the 77, ahead of the 20.
With the turn of events on the last lap, Max Anderson gained just enough points to win the championship.
I believe at this moment, Max Anderson has won the championship by a point over Cole Luigi and Steven Taylor. That is unofficial at this time.
Similarly to Season 6, second and third were tied just 1 point back, McGinnis and Luigi. Fourth place, Davidson was only 2 points behind, and fifth place, Taylor was only 3 points back, making it the most heavily contested championship in Gatorade Cup Series history. After Homestead, the top 7 were within 7 points of each other, with the top 8 being within 1 race of each other. This earns the Season 8 championship battle, the number 1 spot for Gatorade Cup Series moments, and the craziest championship fight for seasons to come.